All right, who's here on Damian Huff?
Jay Moritz, Your Honor, and the state. Which side would you like me on?
Oh, it's this side. All right.
Thank you.
All right, yes.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Wanted to give you, Jay Moritz for Mr. Huff. Wanted to give you an update on the case. He was placed on probation. There was a motion to revoke probation just before the end of the year. They denied it and extended it, but an offense popped up that occurred prior to the motion to revoke probation. So there's a second evaluation that's set for the 20th, according to the 28th, sorry, Judge, 28th. To finish the evaluation they were trying to do on the motion to revoke probation about getting into a special program. The probation and the state, I'd like to ask for continuance so he can complete that evaluation. And then we look at the case after that. Plus, there's some additional things the state wants to look into regarding maybe some contact between my client and the alleged victim. So if we could have a continuance at least probably till the second week of February,
Right,
because
so let me ask you this. So does he have two cases pending or no?
he has one case pending, but if they can bring the MTR on the new case that wasn't on the MTR before, so they can bring a new MTR.
All right, so is the motion to revoke out of this court?
There is no motion to revoke yet. Unless she
So
just did it.
the new offense was never alleged on an MTR.
Okay.
So at the time that the last MTR was heard, it was just technical violations. And so the attorney asked if the state was gonna file an MTR. So that's kind of where we started having the discussion. But when he was continued on the probation case, he's pending a DDRF referral. So that's what's pending. The Tacoma eval is January 28th.
All right, so he's on probation out of this court, correct?
Correct.
All right, could I get his file for that, please?
I have a copy of the old MTR if you'd like to look at it.
Yes, please.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Got a bunch of my notes in there, so bear with me.
Oh, no, I'm just trying to pull up the case number. If you could,
The case
'cause
number?
I don't want to see your notes. Just one second. Let me go to Odyssey. Just one second. Let me go into Odyssey.
36.
All right, 2023.
3681.
The file's being ran right now, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, so is he currently on bond?
No,
Okay. All right, so you all are asking for how much time?
I'd say 45 days because the 28th, they do the evaluation. They usually take a little bit time to get.
And what is he being evaluated for?
So that's a DDRF evaluation. He was already evaluated for drug court. Due to the pending case, they weren't willing to take him. But now they're at capacity, so I don't know if they would still take him. But then there's also the DDRF eval. So it looks like it's the Tacoma portion of the eval. So January 28th, we should have, after that, should have a good idea of whether or not he meets criteria for DDRF.
So my question is, what is the plan, the end game, as they say in Marvel? What is the end game for this?
If he gets accepted, then they're considering working out a plea deal where they run the probation concurrent with the other on the new case.
All right, so my suggestion, that DDRF, usually you have to hit what I call the sweet spot. You can't have a high mental health issue. They won't accept you. Your mental health issue can't be too low. You have to just hit it just right. And if you don't hit it just right, they're not going to accept you. And then we will have wasted all this time. So if that is your plan or what you're asking the court to consider, I would suggest that he be referred to felony drug court. They have openings, my understanding, at the beginning of February. We recall this for the second week in February. You let felony drug court know that this open case, y'all are anticipating, it will be taken care of if he's accepted into felony drug court. Because felony drug court has their dual diagnosis placement as well. So that will handle any drug issues or mental health issues. That's my suggestion. And of course, we can still go forward with DDRF, but I'm going to recall this back in for the second week in February.
Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, second week in February. All right, we'll be back February 11th. Do you have any questions?
Just hoping for the best.
Okay, all right. Well, we're trying to work on it, trying to do it as quickly as possible, okay?
I really appreciate it, boy.
All right, thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Couldn't sign anything?
Guadalupe Delgado. Good morning.
Delgado?
Mr. Cox, you stood up. I was like, is his name Guadalupe Delgado? Yeah. All right. And then Cornelius, Jason said that he had no love for the fact, well, actually, he loved the fact that Texas lost. I'm like, you're in the SEC now. Y'all got to put that aside. We're cousins. Everybody gets invited to the barbecue. He's not doing it. So you.
I'll talk to him.
All right, if you could talk to him. All right, the court is calling 2024 CR 010699, State versus Guadalupe Romero Delgado. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Albert Chidas for Mr. Delgado.
And are you Mr. Delgado?
See?
Yes. You're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram. That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
See?
Yes. If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
See?
Yes. All right, off the record for a moment. The plea bargain page isn't filled out completely. Mr. Delgado, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No.
No. Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? No. Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented? Yes. Are you a U.S. citizen?
No.
No. According to the plea, you're to be sentenced to 1 day in the Bexar County Jail under 1244. Did you understand that to be the plea?
See?
Yes. Defense is at the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State is at the plea?
That's your honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No me opongo.
No contest. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. The court has reviewed the same. The court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. And the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, what is happening with the DWI?
That has already been resolved. I don't even think that.
And Mr. Delgado, are you here legally?
It has been resolved.
No. Legal, I'm sorry. Legally.
No.
No.
He's not. The DWI has been resolved and he's not here legally.
All right.
See?
Yes. All right. So I'm assuming this 1 day in jail is the judgment satisfied.
Yes, Your Honor.
Why am I giving him 1 day in jail, a judgment satisfied?
Because that's the deal.
All right, do y'all want to confer on the amount of time? Because I don't think 1 day is sufficient. I will still do a 12:44 for him.
I don't believe that we believe that 1 day is appropriate.
I don't believe 1 day is appropriate.
That's fair.
Okay. And we can go off the record. Genevieve Lopez. All right, Ms. Lopez, if you'll show your video. All right, who's the prosecutor on this? All right, Tommy Lopez. Yes. Come forward, Mr. Lopez. All right. Have you received all of the discovery?
Yes, Your Honor, we have, Your Honor, and those offer on the table, my client rejected offer, Your Honor, we're ready for trial. Your Honor.
State, did you tender an offer?
I did, Your Honor,
And when did you tender that?
today.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, recall this for Tuesday next week. That'll be your plea deadline date. At that time, you need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the offer. Otherwise, you're going to be scheduled for jury trial. You understand? Do you have any questions? All right, what date, Ms. Ferguson? All right, we'll see you back on January 21st.
I thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Hello.
Hi, Judge.
Hi, are you ready?
Yes,
Yes,
I
Judge.
think so. We got Joe Stenberg here too.
All right, so on Genevieve Lopez,
Yes, sir.
I think, have you had a chance to see videos? I haven't seen any videos.
We have not, Your Honor, Priscilla is not probation is attempting to get them for us.
No, Judge, and just so that way I can understand my role, just to refresh the court's memory, if the court's not sure. She was found guilty of a misdemeanor at trial. She
Yes.
appealed. Her appeal was denied, and I was appointed to do her sentencing.
Yes,
You put her on probation, and now we're back. I'm assuming my role now is on a compliance hearing.
yes.
Okay, so it's news to me what she's is or is not complying with.
All right, so Mr. Stenberg is an officer of the court, so he is saying that he had her at his office. There's supposed to be a no contact order, but he had her at his office for deposition. So that's not my issue.
Right.
The issue in this case is regarding the complainant stating that she's been drinking around the children, and when you're on probation, you're not allowed to drink alcohol. So supposedly there's some video. I haven't seen any video. I don't look at any evidence per se, unless it's been presented to me legally. So the only thing I look at is when they issue me this supplemental report and they want me to make a ruling. So the reason why I set it for a compliance hearing is because I haven't seen anything. All I know is what it's saying in the supplemental report. So with regards to her being in Attorney Sternberg's office with the complainant for depositions, that's really not the court's issue. Mr. Stenberg, if you're saying she was in your office for depositions, then she was in your office for depositions. Does anybody need to question him?
No, Your Honor, I agree with the court that the larger issue is the second part of the.
Okay. So the issue with depositions, that's not an issue for the court. And in civil cases, depositions must take place. So I'm going to allow the contact with the complainant in legal settings. So if they have depositions, they have to do. Both parties are usually present at the deposition. Sometimes it's just one party and the other attorney. But in this case, if the attorneys want both parties there doing depositions because they're parties to the suit, then I'm not going to file or sign a motion to revoke based upon legal contact. If they're in a courtroom together, I'm not filing a motion to revoke based on that. But my concern is where they're saying there are some videos. And I know it says, please see attached videos, but no attached videos came to the court, and I have not viewed attached videos. So how much time do y'all need? I know she's trying to pull up videos. If the videos do show drinking, which she's not allowed to drink around children or at all while she's on probation, we'll need to address that issue. So how much time do y'all need?
Your Honor, I would, my recommendation to the court would be a week or 2 weeks, just so that we could, it seems like we'll get the videos either today or very shortly, but both sides would need time to review the videos.
I'm fine with that.
2 weeks?
Sure. Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And is your client going to be able to appear in person?
I don't know. I have not. I don't know if it's my client now or Joe's, actually.
It's your client.
Okay. She's on Zoom now. I've not had contact with her since her sentencing.
Okay.
But if you'll pull her up on Zoom, I'll ask her to be
She's
here.
on Zoom.
I'll ask her to be here on in person next time. I don't know if she could hear us or
She'll
not.
lose her job. She works for,
Well, here's the thing. I don't know if she'll lose her job or not, because I don't know what her schedule is. Maybe it'll be on a schedule that she's not at work. I don't know.
They should, yeah.
Okay. All right. So what date, Ms. Ferguson?
I'm muted.
All right, we're going to recall it for January 28th. If there's an issue with her job, let me know. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Okay, there is. I can show you an email she sent. Is.
Okay, so the person you need to show it to is her attorney for this case.
And
Thank you.
Judge, just so you know, I do have the videos the officer sent them to me, so I'll distribute them.
All right.
And is the client able to hear what we discussed? I want to make sure she has notice of the date.
And I'm sorry, Ms. Ferguson, you said January 28th? All right, Ms. Lopez, your court date is going to be January 28th. If there's an issue with your employment, you'll need to let your attorney know. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, she says she understands.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll see
All right,
that.
thank you. And counsel, you have her number?
I don't. I'll take it if you give it to me.
Joe, give it to you.
All right, thank you.
Judge,
Yes,
on, Guadalupe, the gallery, we have a possible solution.
okay. All right, you want to have him come up?
Yes.
Yes.
He wants to, I sent a couple of his files there, he's talking about it, well, he's not ready, he's in Del Rio.
All right. Yes,
The state is tendering a dismissal.
okay. Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Who is Gabriel Diaz? Come forward. State, on Gabriel Diaz, were you able to tender an offer? It's evading. Thomas Hilly is the attorney.
We haven't talked to Hilly.
All right. Mr. Hilly, you need to
Yes,
be
Your
here
Honor.
tomorrow,
Thank you, Honor.
Thursday? Okay. Okay. Sorry, Mr. Hilly, the coordinator is telling me Thursday. You need to be here Thursday at 9 a.m.
Thank you, Honor.
And you need to be here Thursday at 9 a.m. and you need to be on time, okay?
Thank you,
All
Honor.
right.
I was detained all night because I was a witness to like a.
Oh, you probably don't want to mention that you were a witness or anything, but we'll see you back on Thursday, okay? Just sign the reset form, then you're excused.
Thank you, Honor. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Have a chicken on.
Jonathan Dreamer?
Yes, we're ready.
All right, who's your client?
Willie Cunningham.
All right. 2 seconds.
I don't mind. No, go.
All right, Willie Cunningham?
Sir, can you have a seat, would you?
Sorry, Judge, thank you.
No. Yes, I did.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Cunningham, you always dress appropriately for court. I really appreciate that. Your attorney, I just overheard him tell someone he's in a jury trial, so we can't do your case today. All right. Can't be in two places at the same time. All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a new jury trial date. So what are you trying?
Sexual assault.
March 11th for the spring break.
Oh, well, he has
Please.
obligations. I mean, I don't want to interfere with the father-son time.
Or a jury full of parents that are not happy about it.
Yeah. All right, April 8th.
Thank you, Judge.
All right,
Very
once
good.
you sign that, you're excused.
Okay, thank you.
You can have them sign. You need to go.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Found the rate.
Thank you.
All right, and then Dreamer.
Yes, we're ready, Judge.
All right, and what page is Cunningham on?
He's on page 4, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Dreamer, what's going on with Dreamer? State, are you prepared to tender an offer?
Your Honor, not at this time. I think we are still missing some records that defense had wanted to look into.
That's correct, Judge, and there's been a new development in some at-large cases that I think are going to be indicted soon. They're related specifically to this case.
And I'll be following up with them today, Your Honor.
All right, and what are those alleged offenses?
One is a sexual assault and one is an invasive visual recording.
All right, so then what I'll do is I'll reset this for 60 days
Thank you.
because that'll give you all time to review evidence
Yes,
and
ma'am.
defense. All right, Norma, I need a 60-day reset and we'll just do it as a discovery because there may be new cases.
And Mr. Maury, you said you filed your motion for the investigator.
Well, my office hadn't filed it. They're filing it now, and I'll approach later on in the week to appoint an investigator
All right.
on this case.
And the sexual assault, this is not going to be any type of CPS records?
No, not that I think.
I don't believe so.
Okay. All right, a 60-day reset for discovery then.
This March 17th.
March 17th?
I'm here already anyway on my other one.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have any questions, sir?
Okay.
All right, we'll see you back on March 17th.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Mr. Brown? Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
All right, and are we ready on Priscilla Para?
Yes, Judge. Matter of fact, there's from the probation department.
Okay.
And Ms. Para.
All right, so do we have any options open to us?
That's a good question, Your Honor. At this time, I believe there's some things that she needs to be evaluated for. I don't wholly believe her to be incompetent at this time or maybe in the gray area, but I know that there were certain instances occurring at DDRF that caused people concern, which they transferred her back here. I was gonna request leave for the court to file either a defense motion for psychological examination or a motion for a competence judge. I think I need to get my social worker with my office to meet with her as well to see where we might go, but I think we might need some advanced expertise.
Okay, and what date would you want this recalled for?
I believe 3 weeks, Your Honor, would be sufficient.
All right, Ms. Ferguson Ampara, can I have a 3-week reset? Yes. And make sure that Mr. Munoz is able to receive all discovery. All right.
February 4th.
All right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
So we're going to bring you back on February 4th. This is your attorney, Mr. Munoz, and he's going to see if there's a great placement for you. So we can make sure that everything is taken care of, that you're safe, that you're able to successfully complete your probation.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just want to make sure.
A little while back, as soon as he comes out.
I can get that first one, spring it up.
Oh, and Renee, did you have a chance to talk with Elaine? I'm sorry, Lorraine.
Yes, Judge, we did speak.
Okay.
Yes, so she brought me up to speed on one of the matters. She was talking, a couple of matters, but she's gonna let me know how more or less the plan was proceeding. And if he wants to go a certain route with resources, we'll be available.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Pedro Juan Rodriguez.
I'm on him, Judge.
Yes,
He's present.
come down, please.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, on this case, where are we on discovery?
The state has provided discovery, Judge.
All right, and is there any CPS records?
That I'm waiting on the state to check on. I believe there are.
I believe, yes, Your Honor. At this point, I'm honestly not sure. I have to check. But I believe this is the first sitting, so we will request those.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you all a 45-day reset based on the nature of the case, and I know there's some probably CPS records out there, but when you all come back on this next date, you need to be prepared with the CPS records. All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a 45-day reset on Rodriguez for discovery.
That's February 27th, that's 34 days.
All right, February 27th, and that'll be your discovery date. Do you have any questions? All right, thank you.
Well, Judge, he does also have an additional case, which is an MTR. So I'm asking to hold off on that.
All right, could I have the motion, the MTR, Ms. Ferguson, on this case? What is the cause number?
It is
I have it, Judge. Let me-
2022 CR 5005. That's, you can look at this, Judge, if you want,
All right.
with probation gate.
Oh, Norma, you don't have to grab it. I'll look at this.
It's a misdemeanor charge, Judge, that he got deferred on. And the allegations are a lot of invalid samples. And this new case, of course, predates that, so that's not a violation of this probation.
All right. Well, with regards to the motion to revoke, then we're going to handle it on this, the February 27th. So, state and probation, it may be a contested on Pedro Rodriguez, and it's going to be on February 27th. All right, any other questions?
No.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a seat.
I'll stay in touch with the state to get those CPS.
All right. All right, who is here on Bibi Moran Mendez? All right. Court is calling 2024 CR 011569, State versus Bibi Moran Mendez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jerry Kagan on behalf of defendant.
And are you Miss Mendez?
Yes.
Did you understand that in count 1 and count 2, you're charged with the offense of assault of a peace officer as a second-degree felony? Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you are giving up those rights?
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
No contest.
No, my question is, did you intend to give up those rights that you have? The right to a jury trial, the right to remain silent, the right to cross-examine witnesses. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
All right, off the record. So the plea bargain page, you all didn't add the counts in there? That you're proceeding on both counts? It's not in the plea bargain agreement. And if you all are intending those counts to run concurrently, put that in there. Ms. Mendez, did you understand? If the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes.
Are you a US citizen?
No.
Counsel, were you able to confer with your client in regards to the immigration consequences of entering into a plea in this case?
I have judge and she's informed me she has an immigration attorney.
Ms. Mendez, were you able to confer with your immigration attorney about this plea bargain agreement?
Yes.
Were you able to confer with your immigration attorney about the impact this plea will have on your status?
Yes.
Do you understand that you could be deported from the United States
Yes.
and that you could be denied naturalization and that you could be denied reentry?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea bargain agreement, state is proceeding on counts 1 and 2. The counts are to run concurrently. There's a $2,000 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Judge.
Ms. Mendez, do you understand that to be your plea?
Yes.
State,
Yes, Your Honor.
outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 5 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 200 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
Then to count 1, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
To count 2, how do you plead?
No contest.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. So the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty in each count. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. I have a question. In the police reports, her first name is spelled B-I-B-I, but on these documents, it's spelled B-I-B-Y. What is the correct spelling?
That's a question I couldn't answer, Judge. I assumed it was B-I-B-I.
All right. How do you spell your first name?
B-I-B-I.
All right. So then it's incorrect spelling in the indictment as well as all of the legal documents. Do you stipulate that you are the same person that's listed in the indictment with the first spelling of your name as B-I-B-Y?
Yes.
All right. And are you here legally in the United States?
No, I'm in the process of asylum.
All right. Do you have any children? And what are their ages?
12, 10, and 6.
And the person that you were hitting in the police reports, are you still with that person or no?
No.
Okay, and what is that person's name?
Jose Amarriba. Amarriba.
How do you spell that?
A-N-A-R-I.
A-N-A-R-I?
Anari. Ba. B-A. B-A.
Okay, I was like, that sounds like more syllables that I'm receiving. All right, this is what the court is going to do. Count 1 and count 2 will run concurrently. There's a $2,000 fine that will be probated. Proof of employment within 45 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. You're only allowed to be in the United States legally. Do you understand? So
Yes.
if things don't work out, or if they deny your asylum, then as a condition of your probation, you're not allowed to be here. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. There's going to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. regular random UAs, 4 years deferred adjudication, 200 hours community service restitution. I'm going to require parenting. Once she completes the parenting classes, 100 of the hours will be deemed satisfied. The other 100 hours will be deemed satisfied with the requirement of anger management completion. Field visits 1 time per month for 6 months. Probation, is there anything else? Yes, thank you. No contact with Jose and Ariba. All right, I did okay. All right, is there anything else that you need from the court to be successful?
No.
All right, good luck to you. We can go off the record. Here's the thing. When you're in a relationship, I know people's hearts get involved. But if you ever get to the point where you think someone is cheating on you, you can't get violent with them. You have 2 choices. You confront them. They'll either tell you the truth or not. Either you're going to accept it and move on, or you're not. But you don't put your hands on them, because then now you have a criminal case. All right.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah, and usually they're not worth it. If they don't appreciate you to realize that you're the best, then send them on their way. All right, good luck to you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Donata. That's all I know.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much.
It's my pleasure.
All right, who's here on Wallbacher? Stephen Wallbacher? All right, court is calling 2023 CR 0889, State of Texas versus Stephen Wayne Wallbacher. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Ron Ross for defense.
And are you Mr. Wallbacher?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled motion to revoke community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it? Are you the same Stephen Wayne Wallbacher who was placed on community supervision in 2023 CR 0889 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4,200 grams on August 10th, 2023 for a term of 8 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
We are proceeding on violation of condition number 15 on or about the 25th day of October 2024 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Stephen Wayne Wallbacher, did then and there fail to comply with the rules, regulations, or instructions of the Bexar County Community Supervision and Corrections Department Substance Abuse Felony Punishment Facility Continuum of Care Treatment Plans, in that the defendant failed to appear to outpatient and was automatically terminated in violation of condition number 15F.
All right, how do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
State,
Even abandon the remainder, Your Honor.
any objections to the state's waivers?
No objections, Judge.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition 15F, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 8 years in the prison?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to 15F? Court will find 15F true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is not, Your Honor, to the state.
Yeah, oh, no. State, what are you requesting?
We are requesting that the defendant be placed in state ISF, so that you alter and amend his conditions, deny our motion, and alter and amend his conditions to reflect such.
All right, so I don't know if he has injuries or medical conditions. The only place that may take him is safety. All right, and then defense, what are you requesting?
Judge, he went to safety August through April, I think, and he went to halfway house for a couple of months. He had a lot of mental issues thereafter. That's why he didn't report. It's not an excuse, but that's why. Last week, he got a job finally, working at Washtub. I'm not sure in the managerial or what position it was. Last week, he contacted me on Tuesday and said, I can't get out of bed. I'm really hurting really bad. I've got fever. I thought, well, maybe you got flu. You need to go to the doctor. He did. I came to court, Judge Angelini, I told him what was going on. I said, I'll get you verification in the afternoon. And Angelini put a warrant out for his arrest anyway. Anyway, he goes to the doctor, he finds out he's got a hernia. And he's been telling me it's been hurting very, very bad. And he's here today telling me it's hurting very, very bad too. He's trying to get a surgery scheduled. So what I'm asking, they want to go to ISP, I guess, with cognitive. The cognitive, I think, decision making is a problem. He's got a problem with mental health decision making. And what I'm asking the court to do is, this is his first time. I'm asking the court to, I think he can get some cognitive, what is it? The probation, what's the, there's some outpatient program for cognitive help. I'm asking the court, put him on that, continue him on probation, let him get his surgery. The court needs to put a zero tolerance, any more screw ups. He's gone.
So why didn't he report? That's my question.
Just his mental health. Tell the judge.
You want to raise your right hand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth or nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Stephen Wayne Walbacher.
All right, so why didn't you report?
Didn't have transportation. I'm not making excuses. I didn't have a job. I was depressed. I mean, I finally got a good job and I did go to some classes, but I show up late and they wouldn't take me in, and I put work first, and I already talked to my supervisors and they understand that probation is comes before work, and they sent letters and everything to understanding that probation will overtake everything.
All right, so I'm going to give you a choice today. Sometimes I can give people choices, sometimes I can't. Either way, you're going to go into custody. So you can go into custody. I'll refer him to felony drug court. Felony drug court will handle the mental health issues if there are some, or the cognitive issue, the thought processes, and also the drug issues, because that's the reason why he was at safety for drug issues.
Right.
And then sometimes people who have drug issues, they have injuries, they get on medications. They don't tell their doctor that I'm in a drug program and I need a non-narcotic pain medication. They just go for what they're giving them because there are drug issues involved. So he can either go into custody today, be referred to felony drug court. Felony drug court will have openings at the beginning of February. If they can't accept him, then we can do ISF cognitive. Or if you would like, I will sentence you to 2 years in the prison.
Question, he needs surgery. How do we get that accomplished?
That will be, if he's accepted into felony drug court to do that, will do that, or either they will do that at the prison.
He's in felony drug court. They would do that where? Here?
No, felony drug court, they will put him on conditions of probation with him. If they accept him, and they may start with outpatient with him, and then he'll be able to do, whatever surgery he needs that way. Otherwise, they won't let him do surgery through the jail or the prison.
But he'll need to be in custody for a couple or 3 weeks until they get a place for him.
Yes.
Let me talk to him about that.
Okay.
Huh?
Do
Do you understand?
I understand what's
George?
happening. I understand.
You want to go to felony drug court? You'll be in custody for a couple of 3 weeks until they find a place. Then they'll give you conditions and you'll be released, and you can get your surgery and you keep your job and you can keep going.
That's what I want to do, is keep my job. Yes, sir.
You
All
wanna do
right.
that?
I want to
So-
keep my job. Yes.
The court is finding 15F true. The court will deny the motion. Alternate amend conditions to include the following in custody. A felony drug court referral, and if not accepted, then ISF cognitive. And once released, there'll be 90 sober meetings in 90 days. All right, you need to make sure that you show up. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.